Hello, welcome back. As you can see, I'm not in my truck. We're actually at the other location, my new house, and this is only temporary. Things came up. Just came from a wedding. So, again, looking at the time, it's almost tomorrow, which is Sunday. Yeah, working the night shift again. I thought I was done with this. Anyways, so as you know, last week I kind of screwed things up with this stupid thing. Yeah, not only did I screw up my thing by possibly plating it with the zinc or nickel or whatever is on here, I also think I got myself sick from the fumes. I'm not sure because I just moved too, so things kind of meshed in together. I'm not sure if I'm sick because I moved a whole bunch of stuff that had dust and moved into a new house, or if I'm sick because of metal poisoning. So, until I can experiment with this a little bit more, heat it up properly, I'll probably start up my forge and just burn everything off of this. Just leave it, set it and forget it, and burn everything that I can off of this. Until I can do that, I'm not going to be using this. I'm keeping this far away from any other metal that I can. And, that's going over here. And we're going to redo the soldering for the bolo tie. I remade the tree and the circle. I actually ended up doing a different pattern for the circle. I've got another pattern. So I already have the circle set up. I have the tree set up. So all we're doing today is soldering them together. Let's get started. Alright. So I've got the bolo tie and the tree. So all I need to do right now is flatten this out a little bit so it'll be easier to solder to that. Alright. So now the tree is somewhat flattened. I'm going to need to unspring these a little bit. And this is the new pattern. Can't really see it. I'll have to take pictures of it. So put that down. So, I got all set up here. Yep, I got all set up here. Everything's here. Everything. Except for solder. I'm blinking right now. I don't know if you can tell. Yup. So, I guess this is going to have to be another continuation. And because I don't have solder, I can't do anything that would require solder. Wonderful! So, hopefully, that solder is in my truck. Yeah, hopefully it's in my truck. And not at my parents' house. At the other workshop, at the other home workshop. So I guess today we're going to be drawing. Yeah, let's draw. I'm terrible at it, but I think I can get it to convey what I'm planning on doing. Lovely. Let's go. See, had everything all set up. You know, got my torch, got my flux. I cleaned out my pickle pot and put more pickle in it. You know, got my tweezers, my tongs, my piece, and the block to burn it on, to solder it with. I got my anvil over here, my hammers, my other silvers. You know, got my bags. I'm all set. I've got everything except for solder. All right. So let's get to a empty page here. All right. So, of course, after this bolo tie is done, you know, that'll be all finished. So all I need to do is solder it. All I need to do is solder it and then make the pins. Probably gonna be like one here, one up here, and one over here. And, you know, make those the for the strings. So once that's done, there are some projects that I've been wanting to do. One of them is a stone setting. So I'm planning on doing that type of round circle. So kind of like an ovally circle. And I'm going to be melting a whole bunch of balls. A whole bunch of balls of silver. I'm just going to make equal lengths of silver. And then I'm going to use this stone. I'm going to kind of burrow out a hole or a couple holes in this. And make silver pearls. And then I'm planning on soldering those silver pearls to the outside of this circle all the way around. All the way around. And then doing a stone setting in the middle of this, either held in, it's probably going to be held in the back by maybe copper wire that's soldered onto this piece. So do a copper wire backing, you know, either basic, or I could do maybe another tree. Solder that to the back of this piece of circle. So solder that to the back, solder all these pieces, all these circles all the way around to, you know, accent it, and then put in the stone in the center. Of course, it's going to be bigger, but, you know, drawing. Yay! So, put in the stone. Probably going to have to cut the stone to size and, you know, polish it and whatnot. Oh, this really has a hard time focusing, don't it? Thank you. Alright. So, stone in the center. Silver beads on the outside. I'm going to have the stone held by the actual shape, the actual circle. So basically I'm planning on using this as the circle, have this all be on, have the design be on the outside, put the pearls either on the bottom, yeah, probably on the bottom. So I'm gonna make this into a circle, then put the pearls on, solder the pearls onto the bottom, and then basically take the top and fold it over to hold in the stone once the backing's soldered in. And that's one of my planned projects. And that can be turned into a pendant, or yeah, probably a pendant. That would be probably the best thing to make that into. But it's gonna challenge me a bit, you know, because it's gonna be a lot of different soldering points, and then stone setting on top of that. So I think that's gonna be a nice, fun project. Another project that I'm planning on is actually going to be a box ring, which that's fairly simple. I need a sheet. I'm going to need a thin sheet of silver. And basically I'm going to be cutting out shapes out of this sheet. And that's going to be 2 rectangles, somewhat long, and then a shorter rectangle, and then so these are going to make the base ring. This one's going to be the inside ring, so I'm going to make that into the actual shape, whatever size ring I'm making that. This is going to be the size of the whoever's wearing it. So that's going to be soldered together, of course, three-dimensionally speaking. And then these two, so this is one, and it's got to be soldered onto the bottom and sides of this circle. So that's a rectangle kind of. So that rectangle is gonna kind of mold around this circle, and then the last sheet is going to close off. I'm gonna need another sheet, but basically I'm gonna need 2 more sheets to close off this box ring, this box part up top. I'm going to, once I put those 2 sides on, I'm gonna have to drill and then cut out the hole again, and of course clean it and file it and clean it, making sure all the seams are all nice. So this is going to be a lot of seams. Basically, this is just one big seamed ring. So all of this is going to be a seam. This is going to be a seam. The back side as well. All of this is going to be one big seam. And then there's going to be one seam in the center area for that little circle. But yeah, so I'm going to need to cut another stone for this box, and then glue, and kind of bend the metal and kind of bring it over top of the stone to hold that stone in. And that is a box ring. Well, this was completely unexpected. I was all set up to actually finish this. I am really sorry. I must have misplaced it when moving it up here, or not taking it out of my truck. This will probably cause problems for next week's video. I'm probably just going to do a chainmail video on that. Just because that's all I can do right now without solder. I'm probably going to have to order some more solder anyways, because I was running low. That pearl project, the melting the silver, I think that I'm gonna need to get multiple different solders, easy, medium, and hard, so that'll be a bit of an easier project. I can do all those in medium and hard. That medium and hard solders melt at a higher point, at a higher temperature than easy solder, and then do the rest of it in easy, just so that you don't unsolder the piece that you previously soldered. So that's gonna be some of the projects that I'm planning on doing. Once I get the materials. I am really sorry that this episode ended up being just me drawing. I was not expecting this. I honestly was trying to get this done. I set up the piece. I set up the piece last night And you know, I was expecting to get this done today, but I can't solder anything without solder, so I'm kind of in a pickle. Get it? Because I have a pickle. Yeah, that was bad, huh? Wop wop. Anyways, thank you for watching. You know, this is not my normal video. Normally I'd be doing something other than drawing horribly. But thank you for watching. Next week is, if I can't find solder, then next week's gonna probably be a chainmail project until I can get my solder. So, you know, just expect that for next week. If I do find my solder in my truck, then next week is going to be finishing this tree bolo tie. Finally. Whew. I didn't expect this to take this long. But, what are you gonna do? Unfortunately, came unprepared. I thought I came prepared. I had that whole thing set up. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful evening.